When I think of brands to buy a sim rig from, if I'm honest, Turtle Beach would not be my first choice, or second or third. I didn't even know that they made steering wheels, but when they reached out asking if we wanted to check out their VelocityOne racing wheel, I looked at the specs and the price and holy crap, if this thing's even half as good as they say, it could be the best budget option on the market for racing wheels. So let's unbox this thing and see how she does. Of course, I've actually been using this for several weeks at this point, but we're going to do the unboxing anyway to show you how to set it up. Except for this shifter right here, we get to see an actual unboxing of this one. One thing I do really have to commend Turtle Beach for is their unboxing experience. I unbox a lot of things professionally, and this thing had me feeling like a kid on Christmas. It's so good.
Nice.
Here we have a knob.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have more knobs?
Oh, it doesn't stop there. And a second knob. So this one's for your H pattern, and this one's for sequential.
Wow.
Also in here, they have a generic one, so you can put whatever shift knob you want on top of it. They say that it has a universal thread, but I have no clue what this threading is. They don't say on the website, and none of our shift knobs fit on it, sadly. So
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Do you want to grab a shift knob?
Oh yeah, I can grab a shift knob.
All right. My God, you have way too many
Here you
knobs.
go. That's my part tray.
We've got our standard M10 shift knob here, and it's not even close. The bigger, more annoying thing is this side right here is M10, which is what attaches to the base. And I don't know why they didn't just bother like putting the same thing on both sides. That would have been pretty sick, but oh well, this appears to be M12.
Not for you, my Honda boys.
Moving on to the shifter itself. Ha ha ha. Now you will have to pay a bit extra to get a shifter, but it at least has quite a few features. So we can put it in H pattern mode here. There we go, that's your pretty standard shifting. Or we can flick it over to sequential mode. Now it's just up and down and it returns to the center. But you might have noticed that we have two here, and that's because you can actually press this button and it turns it into a handbrake, which I really appreciate because I have spent so much time taking an H pattern sim shifter. I put a bunch of hair ties around it so that it could act like a handbrake in my racing games. It's really nice that they just let you do that out of the box. The shifter also has 7 gears, reverse, and high-low if you want to do like Euro Truck Simulator. So pretty much every single possible thing they have crammed into this, and that is a theme across everything with these Turtle Beach wheels. Moving on to the star of the show, here we have the Velocity Race 1. In here to start off, we have a big old box with all of your accessories and the wheel. Here we go, let's have a look at this guy. Oh my God, it's so big. This thing's massive.
Wow.
Heavy, it is proper heavy. Which does make sense. It is a direct drive wheel, so they have a big old electric motor that's connected directly to your wheel, no belts or crap like that, which is quite a bit better. We also have a little button box. You can swap which side this is on, so it can be on the right or left of your steering wheel. I decided the left because, you know, we want our engine to start to be like a Porsche. And finally, we have the pedals. Now, the thing that is extra sick about this, and one of the reasons I was so stoked about this for the price, is that it actually has a load cell brake pedal, which means that it's measuring the amount of force that you're using to push it instead of the distance like you would have on the clutch or the gas. One thing that I don't love about these pedals is that you get to choose between the feet for carpet or the feet for a smooth floor. All of my testing was done in a carpeted room, so I got the spiky boys here, but I guess we're gonna have to swap that over for Andy's, you know, dining room here where we're filming this video. Our set's currently under construction, but I feel like once you take this off, it's never going back on.
Oh no.
Let's see, will these carpet ones slide across the floor? Yes. On some racing wheels, you're able to just simply like flick a switch and go between carpet spikes and no carpet spikes. So this is a little bit disappointing. I really hope this stops it from sliding across the floor. Oh, not bad at all. And if you really try and go for it, you can get it to move a little bit, but you're not braking that hard.
If you're braking that hard, buy a police seat.
Yeah. To attach this to your table, it actually has gull wing doors that open up and your tools inside of there that you use to, you know, tighten everything down.
So is this SLS or the AZ1?
SLS for sure. Andy, why are we doing this on your dining room table? Like, you're not going to be allowed to keep this set up.
You're fine, right, honey?
Exactly.
Look at that.
So silly. One thing you might notice is that right here there's an Xbox button, and that's because this thing only works on the Xbox or the PC, which effectively means it only works on the PC, because why would you buy an Xbox in this year?
No PS5?
No PS5. One thing that does really annoy me is they have this tool inside of your wheel with a nice spot to hide it, but if you look at the shifter, they have a completely different size Allen key, and this one that comes with the shifter has nowhere nice to put it. Whoever made this should have talked to whoever made this. From here we can just time lapse the setup, but it's all quite simple, and also everything connects over USB-C, which I really appreciate.
All right, let's get started.
We have these two shifters. This is one that I have been using, and it feels really great. Like, you can hear those shifts there, feels pretty good. This one that we just unboxed doesn't feel nearly as good. It's not bad, like it's perfectly acceptable, but it really makes me wonder about the quality control. For this second shifter, I'm pretty sure that we have to just plug it directly into the computer and set it up as a second device, but there is a spare USB-C port on the side of the device here, so I'm gonna plug it into that and cross our fingers. And finally, we have got our wheel. Now, you can swap these out, but I think they only have like 2 or 3 options, so I don't really think that's something that you'll be doing, and you won't really need to anyway, because they have fired everything that you could imagine onto this wheel. Like, we're talking dials, knobs, whole bunch of buttons. Also, we have magnetic clicky shifters and also 2 analog clutches. All right, you can go on there. It takes a bit of force. There we go. Aha. And now I think we can just power it on.
Wow, feels like a Cybertruck.
One thing I do really appreciate about this wheel is this display right here. Now, can do like RPM, gear information, stuff like that if the game supports it. But what I like almost more is the fact that you can come in here and change all of your wheels settings. So we can say like track, drift, rally, whatever the heck that is. We can change the strength of the spring. We can change the center spring weight and also change the damping settings. It's really nice to be able to just come in here, configure it without going into their software just when you're like paused in a race or something like that, and I quite appreciate it. Oh, I guess we don't need to plug our second shifter into the computer. It looks like right here I'm pulling this, handbrake input, we can go here, first gear, second gear, so on. Cool, less wires. All right, let's get this thing going in Windows, but first, let's segue to our sponsor, LTTstore.com.
Hell yeah!
LTT's commuter backpack is built to be the ultimate everyday carry for tech-savvy commuters or students. I've been using mine for months now, and it has been awesome for just everyday use and even full weeks of trade shows on my back in like Taiwan. Internally, there are 19 pockets to hold stuff like a dongle, an OBD reader, second OBD reader, screwdriver, 2 trim removal tools, a bunch of Tessa tape, and also if you want to make sure that your stuff stays safe, there's an RFID blocking pocket right here. I just learned about that one, and also a tiny little AirTag holder. with a riveted top handle, water-resistant YKK zippers, water-resistant reprieve canvas, and for realsies a dual-layer bottom this time. This thing is built to last. So if you want to pick up a commuter backpack, you probably already know where to do that, but please use our link down below so they know that we sent you. And huge thanks to lttstore.com for sponsoring today's video.
Hell yeah!
All right, we have the VelocityOne all set up here. And the first thing you get to do is update the firmware. Ah, dang it, and I actually need to. In fairness to Turtle Beach, their firmware updates have actually been quite good. When this was first released, there was problems with the throttle pedal not being quite perfect and stuff like that, like would delay sometimes. That has all been fixed. So thanks for updating it, but also it can take a while and you can't lose focus on the thing. So you can't even do anything. Just watch some TikToks or something.
2,000 years later.
There's lots of other stuff in Turtle Beach's software, like you can come in here, change around your force feedback settings, although that's a bit personal preference. All that I would say is if it feels like you have to fight to turn your car, turn it down a bit. Like, it's not realistic. Actual cars are not like that. The one thing you need to do in here is go into your pedals and increase the brake dead zone and lower the sensitivity. If you look right here, you can see that just having my foot resting on the pedal gets me pretty close to 10% braking. So I found a 13% dead zone stops me from just like dragging my brakes down the straight. Which game should we play first, Andy? What are you feeling?
I'm a Gran Turismo guy, so normally on PC I play Project Car Wars.
All right, first one that we're gonna play is Automobilista 2. It's my personal favorite because even though the physics aren't quite as good as Assetto Corsa, the AI drivers are so much better and I don't wanna frig around with multiplayer. And now we get to do something that you will get to do many, many times if you buy one of these, which is tell the game what everything does. Most racing wheels, you plug them in, the game's just like, okay, I know what that is, does the all assignments for you. This has like 2 games with the assignments all done. Throttle works, brake works, clutch works, but I don't know if my steering is working. Sweet. Stadium Super Truck time.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be a good one. Actually, my favorite racing series. Maybe Rally, I don't know. Stadium Super Trucks are sick if you don't know about them. Oh, here we go, sick. Land on top of someone, all right. Now, the main reason that this wheel is awesome for the price is the 7.2 Newton meters of torque that it is able to deliver. That is more than the vast majority at that price, maybe all of them. And it's certainly enough to make your table try and move across the room if it's not heavy enough.
Yeah, my dining table is heavy enough.
Now my daily driver wheel is the Logitech G27, which has about 3 Newton meters of torque. And I was having a lot of trouble in the Super V8 races coming out of the corner. I'd be beating people mid-corner, corner entry, and then they'd all just get on the gas sooner than I was able to. But with this wheel and its additional torque, I was actually able to catch the slides instead of just kind of having to go easy on the gas. And I'm honestly really impressed with the direct drive. What's not so impressive are the brakes, as you can see. They said that it's a load cell, and like I guess technically it is, but there's so little force required to press it that you're basically just bottoming it out all the time. It also has a lot less travel than the gas and the clutch, and overall, it just kind of sucks. I was able to get pretty used to it after a little while. Like, it's not a game-breaking thing, but given that I thought I was getting like a proper good load cell, man, it is a disappointment. What do you think, Andy? Is that enough Automobilista 2?
Oh yeah, we should try some other games.
All right. By the way, if you've never watched Stadium Super Trucks before, go and do it after this. It is so sick.
It's cleared it out, so it makes this even faster now. Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's launch Assetto Corsa. This is one of the ones that the compatibility list says it just works straight out of the box. Now, I have been testing this earlier, but we set up a whole new computer so that you guys can experience what it's actually like. Also, we should hopefully have our dash this time. Well, Assetto Corsa sort of half is set up. The wheel and the pedals, those are in here, but stuff like my gear shifter, yeah, I need to go and do that myself. What? What?
You're in neutral.
Why am I in neutral? I just put it in first. Come on. Dang it. Oh my God. Nope, my gears just don't work. Oh, the joys of the Turtle Beach VelocityOne. Oh, why are you not working? Why are you not working? You absolute piece of shit. You're supposed to just work with this game and you don't f***ing work. I wanted to be more positive right now. It worked fine at my house. See, this is the thing that's annoying. I don't know why my shifter isn't working, but this wheel, like the wheel itself is just so friggin' good. Like this is so enjoyable. Going in here, going along the Nordschleife and the Celica, like it's an awesome time. Except that instead of having an awesome time, I've been friggin' around with the controls for half an hour. Which honestly has been most of the story of me using this wheel. Oh, even though my gears aren't working though, the dash absolutely is, and it is pretty friggin' sick to see like my tire temperatures, my gears, all of that stuff. And we do have a couple of different options. There's a more street style one. There's the track one, although without a doubt, the sport one is the best. That's the one you want. Oh, the steering feeling is so good though when it works. But man, in Assetto Corsa, this feels great. Now, the reason that I wanted my gears to be all set up here is so that I could whinge about some other stuff. So the problem that I have been having is that when I hit the brake and the clutch and the gas all at the same time, which is what you need to do to heel toe, the whole pedal assembly goes for a bit of a trick. Like, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Man, Andy, what do we do? I actually really liked the wheel and it was working better when it was at my house, but also most of my time spent with it was spent just setting it up. Forza Horizon 5 never worked once. They have a whole guide on it, never got it to work. And another thing that's really difficult is that no matter if it's the most popular wheel, I can guarantee you that the default profile in your simulation is going to be crap. But on almost every other wheel, there will be a bunch of Reddit posts recommending different settings. You can go in, change the force feedback, and find something that works really good for you. But the problem is, not enough people have bought this yet. So you don't necessarily have those resources on the internet, those years and years of people being like, hey, these are the settings that you need. It's just not there. So you need to figure it out all on your own, which if it's your first sim racing wheel, like good frickin' luck, you're not gonna do it. One thing that is really good about this wheel is that for the price, you are not going to be able to get anywhere near this level of features on anything else. Like just the number of buttons and dials and the clutches and like this whole thing and the digital dash and stuff like that. No matter what type of racing you're trying to do, you can accomplish it with this, as long as you can actually get it to frickin' work. The shifter feels great. I keep on missing gears in this, and I'm not 100% sure why. I think it might just be a clutch dead zone thing. Another problem is that since my pedals keep on trying to move away, my solution in the past has been to just whack it against a wall and then you're all good. But because this has USB-C popping out of the back, you can't do that without damaging the connector. I really want to be positive about this thing. Like, it's so good when it actually works. And I've had so much fun with it in my time with it, but like, so much of the experience is it not working, and that's what we're seeing right now. So the Turtle Beach VelocityOne. For the wheel and the pedals, it is $650, which is an exceptional value. And then it's an additional
$139
for each of the shifters. Now, you need to know what you're getting into, because like The value for money is incredible, and the amount of fun that you can have with this is really, really high. Like, I have had an absolute blast using it, and my lap times have improved, but also the amount of time that you're gonna be spending frigging around with it is a lot. So if you're able to get behind doing that, like if you know what you're doing with sim rigs, if you've been using a belt or a gear drive one for a long time, highly recommended. If you're just getting into the hobby, maybe look elsewhere. What you should look elsewhere for though is the like and subscribe buttons. They're right down there. Hit those, and also please get subscribed to our Patreon so we can continue making videos like this, and of course, have a great old day.